Hi, how's everybody doing tonight? I'm your host, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always is the very handsome, the very British, the king of Salisbury, Mr. Paul Ashford. What's up, buddy?
Hey man, I am good as always. Good as always. I've had a good week. Work all good. Don't think I've been up to too much other than work really. It's been a bit of a quieter week for me. But it's been good. It's been super busy. Obviously, Black Friday is going big guns at our place. Place of work's going really good. Haven't bought anything myself. Physical media. No man, I haven't bought anything. It's been a bit of a quiet time for me the last week, but kind of just slowing down a bit as we're away on holiday in a couple of weeks' time. So I've been slowing down a little bit, spending and stuff. It's getting really cold here, but I'm loving my EV, the EV life, and the
Yes.
preheating in the mornings is beautiful. So there's no scraping ice and all that. I did watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because it's that time of year, and it's a film I must watch this time of year every year now because it's just such an amazing film. But man, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm very excited about what we're talking about today. But how was your week?
Man, it has been busy as hell at work. Just kind of gearing up for Black Friday here, 2 days after from now. Of course, tomorrow's Thanksgiving here in the States, so I'm
Mhm.
all excited about that, seeing family and whatnot. Uh, since we've done the show, my younger brother had an accident and has been in the hospital, so I get to see him for the first time since that has happened. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah, got myself a new pistol this week. I started working on a PDW build. That's always fun. But
Don't know what that is.
hi,
PDW, what's that?
personal defense weapon.
Ah.
You'll see it. I'll show you pictures of it. It's not
Mhm.
done yet. It's
Not a
essentially a
PDF
pistol.
file then. I'm a
No, no.
PDF file, not a PDW.
It's a more dangerous PDF file. But yeah, just kind of keeping busy, man, trying to see how things are moving on going on in next year, because
hmm
shit's weird right now. But anyway, what's not weird is this week's pick. And this week's pick is a Paul pick. It's a
hmm
damn fine pick. It's a remake of a classic film, a film that Paul and I love by a director that Paul and I have grown to love and that we've
hmm
talked about several times on this very show. That's Steven Kostanski. Paul, what
hmm
movie is it?
It is Deathstalker from 2025, brand new.
Cue the heavy metal music. Dad, dad,
Yeah, now
dad.
streaming on or available to buy on Amazon Prime
Yes.
via Shout Factory. Yeah, man. I've
This
been.
movie, I just have to say, one, thank you for recommending it.
hmm
Two, it's better than I could have ever expected it to be. And
Yep.
when was the last time that we got a movie like this? Like, realistically.
Frankie Frico.
No, I mean like Sword and
Oh,
Stone,
Sword and Sorcery.
like this
Yeah,
budget, real like all like real
never.
props. We
Yeah,
have a
not
little
to.
rubber monster like magic dude
Yeah,
voiced
yeah.
by like a popular actor. Like
hmm
this shit's like on point everywhere. You got like a muscle
Probably.
bound, ripped older dude that's too old, like that's like perfect for the character,
Yep.
but like is like wise like as hell, and he's just
hmm
like breaking like one liners like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's just badass. It's great. The whole movie's badass.
And it's executive produced by Slash of Guns N' Roses. This is like,
Yes.
what's going on? I don't know when the last film like this was. It's great. I just think Beastmaster and then the last Beastmaster sequel was maybe off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So we're talking like what late 80s, early 90s. It's been a long, long, long time. It'd be amazing if they kind of resurrected the genre, sword and sorcery genre. Obviously, they did. I guess they did. We had Red Sonja recently, or
Yeah.
Sonya, however you say it. But
Sonya.
Sonya. I haven't actually seen that one yet, but I wasn't a huge fan of the original of that one. To be fair, Red Sonja or Sonja, but Deathstalker original and Deathstalker 2, massive fan, and the other two as well. There's a 3 and 4, massive fans. So yeah, so like we said, directed by Steven Kostanski, written by Steven Kostanski. And this
Featuring
movie
the guy
starts
from the Bloodsport movies.
as Deathstalker,
Yep.
who I saw recently in Nobody 2 as well. Pan Oswalt as Doodad, or the voice of Doodad at least. Christina Orjalo as Brisbane.
Mhm.
Paul Lazenby as Jotak. Nicholas Rice as Necronomicon.
I love the Evil Dead nods here.
Yeah. And Nina Bergman as Grendel. You want to read out that plot, TJ, or shall I do
In a blood-soaked realm called Abraxion, the lone mercenary Deathstalker scavenges valuables from a battlefield, only to snatch a cursed amulet that binds dark magic to him. Hunted by monstrous assassins and two-headed trolls, he learns from the witch Tarvula, right?
Yeah,
Turalva?
why not? Why
Turalva,
not?
that the artifact links him to an ancient prophecy. To break its grip, he must enlist a bumbling wizard named Doodad and a roguish thief, Brisbane, leading them on a perilous quest through serpent-infested caves and haunted crypts. Betrayed, ambushed, and facing his former friend Jotek, now twisted by evil, the anti-hero, survives betrayed with help from the swamp monsters in a final clash with the necromancer. Boy, this gives away the plot. Necronemnon's fortress. Deathstalker must grasp a legendary sword, yada, 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 destroy demon, yada, yada, and decide whether power like that should ever exist. So, yeah, Paul, this movie's badass.
Yeah.
I didn't really remember where I seen old Bernhardt from
hmm
until like you mentioned, like, hey, this guy is that guy. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's the guy from the Bloodsport sequels.
Yes.
Uh, and then like I was like, this guy's like 40, right? Nah,
He
dog.
looks
He's
it.
like 60. He just
hmm
looks 40. The dude
Yeah.
is jacked. The dude's tan. The dude's handsome beyond belief. And he
hmm
does everything that you need him to do in this movie and then some. Like I said, this guy is oozing, bleeding charisma out of all of his very, very handsome pores. And he just encapsulates enthralls with every scene. And I love that this movie budget wise, like, you can tell that it doesn't have all the money in the world, but I
hmm
also like that it keeps the scope small and it doesn't like how do you want to say try too hard like you see some of these bigger budget films going for.
Yeah.
The set pieces aren't as grandiose, but they really don't need to be if your story is as focused as this. It's an
hmm
hour and 46-minute film. It gets in, tells the story, gets out. If this movie had a bigger budget, it'd be 2.5 hours long and there'd be a fucking 40 minutes of exposition that nobody wants.
hmm
Paul?
Get straight to it. Yeah, man. So initial impressions on this film. So I went in with very high. Well, yeah, I
Well,
had
yeah.
high expectations. Obviously, we've talked about Frankie Frico, which blew me away, blew us away. Um, so that was just such a great film. The practical effects was spot on. We loved the direction of the director Stephen Koskansky. I love Psycho Gorman as well, which he did before that, or one of the ones he did before that. So to then find out that he was resurrecting the Deathstalker franchise was like, my God, this is like a dream come true. I'm a massive Deathstalker fan from back in the day. I hold the first two with very high regard, especially the second one. The second one's probably my favorite. And three and four were okay from what I remember. I haven't watched those ones in such a long time. So I had mega high expectations. I was like, wow, we're getting Deathstalker and it's coming from Stephen Kasansky. So I knew it's going to have some practical effects. And yeah, expectations were high, but honestly, man, it really delivered for me. Really delivered. It literally kicks off such a high gear straight away. This movie, literally straight into like what head splitting, uh, decapitations, full on gore, and when we're talking head splitting, the head's like getting split in two sideways, and like that, and just like wow, this film's going to be
Yeah.
badass. So that's kind of the introduction to. It's like it starts off these demons, very Army of Darkness, I'd say,
Yeah.
which is obviously he's drawn a lot of
Dreadites.
influence from that. Yeah, Dreadites, killing off this medieval army, and then they stop what they're doing. You just see a shadow walking towards them. It's Deathstalker. He kicks their ass, and the guy with the amulet on the floor dies. Like, oh, he thinks he's going to save him. Holds out his hand. No, he just rips all his rings off, takes the amulet, and then just kind of watches him die. And you think,
Yeah.
okay, this guy's a badass. And then he walks off and into the distance, and then you get that amazing Deathstalker tune start playing, which is from
Yeah.
Deathstalker 2, which is just such a great little tune, like a remix version of it. Um, Goes to his tavern, and there's like the locals are talking about how bad like the economy is and stuff, and they can't feed their kids. Blah, blah, blah. Uh, and then they see him walk in, and just as they're about to announce who is that guy, and he goes, and he turns around, and this massive monster walks in the room and goes, Deathstalker, with like what, two heads,
Yeah.
and you just get like the introduction. It's such a badass introduction, man. It's so
Yeah.
cool. And then obviously leads to a massive bar fight, which then spills outside between Deathstalker and this giant practical effects monster with two heads, two talking faces on its body. So yeah, it just
Doesn't
goes from,
he break his sword and like stab it into one of its heads,
yeah, he kills
and
one of
then
them,
gets
and
on
then
a
the other one.
horse and then throws the other side half of the sword?
That's right. He stabs
Yeah.
one in the head with his sword where it's broken. And then the other half, the other head's like, "Well, you can't just leave. What are you going to do about it?" And he just like whoom, throws it, boom, gets the other one straight between the eyes, and then just boom on the floor dead. And that's when you get like the giant Deathstalker logo appear on the screen, and it when he does that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's badass. What an introduction to what a opening scene
Yeah.
introduction to the movie, man. Um,
Agreed.
yeah, but yeah, this it's just chock full of practical effects,
Mhm.
which I absolutely love. Um, it's got a decent little story as well, so it's you were kind of in that
Doodad.
scene.
Let's talk about Doodad. And Doodad's this Yoda-like character, and I only say that because he rides on the back of Deathstalker.
Yeah, he looks a lot like
Very episode
looks a lot,
5.
looks a lot like Yoga out of Spaceballs. I thought,
Yes.
but
Yes.
also reminded me massively of, I can't remember the guy's name, but from the Masters of the Universe movie.
Oh yeah.
You know, the little guy. I forgot his name.
But
What's the?
Patton
Or,
Oswalt voicing it,
yeah,
perfect.
hmm
Absolutely perfect.
yeah, yeah. And there's a lot of comedy scenes between the two, which is great. Um, but yeah, I just think this is great. The effects in this film as well are just incredible. And there's just like
Mhm.
there's so many demons, so many monsters. We got there's even what stop motion effects towards the end as well.
Mhm.
Goes in full on
Yo, that
Harryhausen
eye
slash Evil
creature,
Dead.
badass.
Yeah, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's talking about this little, it's a little red monster, isn't it? It's a little red monster. It's like a giant
Yeah.
eyeball with like an eyelid and two like bat wings. And he's kind of throughout the film, and he's you see him throughout the film.
He is Necromemnon's like so
Well, no, he's uh Jotax guy, isn't he? He's like
Joe Tax.
Jotax.
Oh, he is
Yeah,
Joe Tax
Jotax like the
guy?
bog guy. Yeah, because
Oh, okay, that's right.
he
Okay.
drops the little egg ball things that turn
Yeah.
that create the deadites or dreadites, whatever you want to call them. Um, but yeah, and it's great. You see, we get introduced to Doodad.
Yes.
He's in a crypt, isn't he? He's like
Yeah.
trapped inside
Inside of
I
a
think,
box that he
yeah,
opens.
yeah. So Deathstalker lets him out, and then you get again practical effects straight away. You get these creatures coming out of the floor, almost like that's the serpents, and like the serpents coming out of the
And
floor
even
that
Doodad's
start
like
slicing them.
magical power balls look very 80s. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah, I
hmm
love that.
yeah, and the way he shoots them, and he's obviously not a very good shot, and that's like a joke throughout the film that he keeps missing or hitting Deathstalker with
He's
them
a
and stuff.
very little help.
Yeah, yeah. The one time he actually does hit someone is the eyeball creature
Yeah.
right towards the end of the film, and that's like, that's quite a sad scene as well, jumping towards the end. But yeah, Doodad, he's really good comic relief.
Mhm.
Um, and then we get introduced to Brisbane, who is like
Yes.
the female.
So this movie, where the other ones like lacks the big busty babe, this is the more powerful, strong female character.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
it's more common in this generation than it was that of the time the original Deathstalker comes.
hmm
And this is a welcome addition to the lore, the Deathstalker canon per se.
Yeah,
She's cool. She keeps things interesting. She's kind of more like a mercenary, kind of you don't know who if she's gonna betray Deathstalker, is she on the
yeah.
bad guy side? She
She,
kind of walks that fine line. She works in her own best interest. So
hmm
her inclusion in the story is very unique. Uh yeah, I like her. She's deadly. She's
Yeah.
cool to watch. And
Mhm.
yeah, good acting. Very
Bit of
good.
a she's like a female Han Solo, I thought.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Bit of a yeah, it's kind of a could be
Scruffy
on either
looking
side.
nerf herder.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of on either side. Um, and yeah, so the base story is that he finds Doodad, and he's got this amulet that he's picked up in that first scene, and
Yeah.
Doodad tells him there's some like magic.
But they
There's
can't
some.
read it. They need to go to the crypt of this
They
place
need
to
to
get
go
the
to the crypt
scrolls.
and resurrect that creature who read it.
Mhm.
Um, and it kind of just goes from there. On the way
Yeah.
there, they encounter Jotak, who is an old friend turned enemy of Deathstalkers,
Mhm.
who is also after the basically everyone's after the amulet. We're talking proper 80s cheesy sword and sorcery. There's the amulet that everyone's after. Um, so yeah, everyone's after it, and it just leads to lots of fights, sword and sorcery fights. It's just fair. The fighting in this is really good. The choreography I thought
Yeah.
was really great, especially that opening scene as well.
The monster design is like all of the designs are very Power Rangersy. Like Psycho
Yep,
Gorman was like that, but I think this is more so. From the pig
yep,
creatures to the Dreadite design, it's all very like Power Rangers bad guy henchman-y, or
yep,
even like main Power Rangers bad guy type looking things. And I
uh-huh.
love that.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
kind of lends itself to these very cool, like Paul said, action scenes because these guys are really not really held back by
mhm,
too cumbersome of suits, but suits that are still able to portray these
yeah.
aren't just human characters. You know what I
I do
mean?
love the fact that the pig man's in there, the pig creature. Obviously,
Yeah.
he was in Deathstalker and Deathstalker 2 briefly.
And he does
So
all
it's
the
great that
oinking and the snorting, and it's great
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
great that they've done a nod back to those movies to
Mhm.
have the pig creature in there. He does get a very brutal death though, right?
Mhm.
The pig man. Deathstalker ends up again, amazing practical effects, grabbing him by his mouth and just ripping his head in half by his mouth.
Yes.
And he's squealing as he's doing it as well. It's horrible. But obviously quite funny at the same time. Yeah.
It's
And
good
that's
stuff.
also got that's in the crypt, isn't it? That's in the crypt. And then
Yeah.
there's that weird creature as well, another creature that kind of reminded me of something out of Hellraiser, like the guy
Oh
from
my
Hellraiser 2.
god, that thing that Doodad conjures that's like out of
Yeah.
Army of Darkness that just
Yeah.
fucking flies around. It's like here,
Oh
that
yeah,
there.
that thing as well, yeah. Yeah. I'm talking about the weird creature in the crypt. It's got no face, but it's got straps over its face. Do you
Oh,
remember?
okay, yeah.
It kind of
It's like a
reminds it's
Hellraiser
like
looking
it
thing
reminds me of the bad guy from Hellraiser 2, the
too,
doctor when
yeah.
he's flying around. And it's obviously trying to kill the Brisbane.
Mhm.
And just after Deathstalker kills the pig creature, and then comes from behind and puts his sword through the back of its head, and it just pokes
Yes.
out the front. That was an amazing creature as well. But I think one of my favorite creatures in this movie has got to be. I didn't catch what its name was, but it's like it reminded me of. You ever played Soul Calibur or Soul Calibur
Yes.
2? There's that character in there. Is it got I forgot his name. Valslo, like the really weird one that kind of does all these weird moves. And he's like, yeah, there's a creature like that in this, and it's like it like shoots stars on little chains. Do you remember?
Uh-huh.
Very sort of weird. That was a super cool creature, and obviously the fight scenes of that are quite different because it's all this going on its back and doing all the weird stuff, almost like drunken kung fu style, but it's very flexible. Um, but yeah, the film is just chock full of weird creatures, great creatures. And again, they're all designed and made by Steven Kostansky. He just he is like I guess he's like a bit of a one man show. He's like a man of many many talents, um, and they really bring the movie to life. I
Yes.
think.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's just literally it goes from one creature to the next. It's like it almost plays out like a bit like a video game. Trying to get to the final boss. You just
Mhm.
keep getting these bigger, better creatures as the film goes on with demons. Um, but yeah, the effects are incredible. Like you mentioned, the the creature that the doodad materializes, sort of like like a half dead or like a half bodied zombie skeleton that like
Mhm.
flies around, which is really funny. Um, it's wild, man. It's wild, and it's more
I
than like
love the, wide shots, like the establishing shots that are
hmm
clearly matte paintings.
yeah, yeah, and
Like, that
again,
is
that's
so cool.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously a big nod back to the films of that time as well, because that's what
Yeah.
they how they used to do it. Um, but it's just really refreshing to see full on practical effects in this film.
Mhm.
I don't there's no obvious CGI in this at all.
Mhm.
I don't know if they've maybe touched scenes up or whatever, but there's no obvious CGI scenes at all. It's all full on practical, which is amazing. And it's got a good bit of humor in there. Obviously, Doodad is the comic relief,
Yeah.
um, but you do get some other funny scenes as well. Um, there is that amazing scene in the swamp when
Oh my
the
god, I love the
Deathstalker's
swamp scene.
captured. They get captured and they get captured by the soldiers, and that's where they meet Grendel, who's like
Yeah.
that sort of witch of the swamp, like the queen of the swamp. And then they get attacked by these massive swamp creatures, literally like Swamp Thing. Like, was it three of them? Three
Swamp
swamp Thing
zombies
creatures.
almost.
Yeah, like almost also reminds me of those far in bog zombies from Spookies,
Mm.
the Bogman. Very similar to that. But yeah, these giant slimy creatures attack. Again, do a brutal death on Grendel. Spoiler alert. One of them like just rips a head off with the spine
Yeah,
coming
it's
out as well.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. And you think it's up because they kill all of the soldiers in the
Yeah.
swamp, don't they? And they're about to get Deathstalker, and then Doodad comes in with his little magical flute, doesn't he, and plays a little tune.
Yeah, because all they
Actually,
need is to hear some good music and a brotherly hug.
yeah, yeah, and it turns in. He goes, "Oh, they've missed the power of music." He says, "No, they need a hug," and it just goes from this gory fight scene to Deathstalker hugging this disgusting swamp creature. And then he enjoys it himself, doesn't he? And he's like, "Oh," he's like, "Okay, you can let go now." It's just funny. It's just such a funny scene, and it's just this. They're interspersed these little humorous bits with
Yeah,
the like R-rated gore and the practical effects, which is great.
and I like how it doesn't rely on nudity like the other ones.
Yeah,
It's nice and refreshing to see something like this, especially
yeah.
in this
No,
genre.
no nudity. I did see that as a little bit of a complaint from some people online that there was no nudity in this one, because obviously
The pervs.
the original Deathstalkers, they did have
Yeah,
nudity in. This one is completely clean on that, but this has got full on
very
gore,
clean.
which is much better. Practical effects and gore.
Frankie
So,
Frico only had lingerie stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Frankie Franco is the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's good. It's good.
Shabadoo.
It's good, clean family fun, but ultra gory. Speaking of Frankie Frico, we do get Connor
Yes,
Sweeney. Connor
and an
Sweeney, the star of Frankie
amazing,
Frico, turns up
amazing character.
as like a super camp evil prince.
Like a flamboyant prince with a awful wig.
Yeah, flamboyant. Yeah,
Hilarious.
yeah. Who turns up
Ow! He's like,
to buy
"Ow!
the amulet, the evil amulet from Deathstalker.
Ow,
Uh,
Deathstalker!"
yeah, I'm cold. I'm cold. Can you give me my robe? And then I'm so sorry. I'm hot. Can you take my robe off?
"Oh, you're gonna hate me. I'm hot now."
Yeah,
I love it so much. As soon as I saw him, I was like, "Oh, hey!"
yeah. But yeah, it's just full of great characters like that.
Yeah.
And that's a really great scene as well. Um, yeah.
The
What do you think?
four-pronged sword, we didn't talk about like that.
Yeah.
So, like, we get the prophecy shit, like, we get
Hmm.
the quintessential stereotypical prophecy
Yeah.
scene, and we're greeted by, like, the funniest fucking thing ever, and it's him holding a giant four-bladed sword, and
Hmm.
Deathstalker's like, "Oh, the legendary four-bladed sword," and I was like, "Oh god." It's just like something just massive, like, out of an anime game or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
but he uses it, and
Yeah.
it's, like, taken seriously, and it's just the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
And I do really like George Jotak I think he's a really great bad guy,
Mhm.
and he gets that scene where he thinks he's killed Deathstalker, and he just looks at the camera and just lets out a massive laugh, like 80s style video game style, like I like that. And this is the camera just hones in on him, so I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But He was a really. He was. I thought he was really. I thought he was. He was actually one of the better performances in it as well.
Yeah.
That guy Paul Lesenby was the actor's name. He was great. Um, and obviously he comes back from the dead a couple of times as well. He gets like this super mutated arm put on by the necronominums, like people that are with him.
Yeah.
And he's got that horrible like thing that comes out of his hand that like stabs people.
Yeah.
Great. um, but there were some certain scenes which really stood out to me. So we talked about the amazing intro of all the gore. The swamp creatures I think were great, and obviously that the way that they have to hug it out, and he kind of befriends them, which actually turns out that
Brisbane's Assassin's Creed knives.
yep, and that turns out as a good relationship for Deathstalker because they do come and resurrect him in their swamp, don't they? When
Mhm.
he's been killed originally by Jortak.
Well, they are swamp
Voldo,
folks, though.
Voldo, that's the name of the guy from Soul Calibur. I've written it in my notes.
Oh,
He was
Lord.
like the
Yeah, the guy
weird
used to crawl
Voldo.
on the knees,
Yeah,
crawl
yeah,
on
like
the
the
knives.
yeah, doing all that.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, a
Bold.
lot of great scenes, man. It's such a fun film. It's got a solid story, a solid lore to it. You know, with the
Yeah.
4-pronged sword and the amulet
We
and
need
all the
comic books for this
yeah,
series.
yeah, definitely. But it doesn't take itself too seriously. That like, it's kind of it knows what audience it's going for, and it just works so well. But if there's one thing, I'm just blown away by the practical effects. It's just
Yeah.
so good, so good, so refreshing as well to see practical effects. Obviously, we've seen it with Frankie Franco, Psycho Gorman. It just works so well. And I'm just so as soon as that Deathstalker tune started playing, I was just like, yes, this is exactly the film I
The
want it to be.
music's so good for this. They knew what the
Yeah,
assignment was, and they
yeah,
delivered. Every
hmm
time something cool is about to happen, we get some badass music. Like the heavy
yeah,
guitar starts, and we're like, nice.
yeah, exactly that. Uh, yeah, it's just so good, man. This is such a
I've
great.
been seeing a lot of positive chatter online about this,
hmm
whether that be from movie critics or just common viewers. A lot of
Yeah,
people are saying good things and saying the same things as us. I mean, you really can't go wrong.
not at
Uh,
all. I
let's.
do love the end creature in this as well. So when we finally get to meet
Yes.
Necronomerman, he who himself is like a old sort of theatrical guy, and he's like the
Yeah.
stereotypical sorcerer guy, evil sorcerer. But he conjures up this amazing creature with like a dial in its head. I forgot what it was called, but it's like a dial in its head, and he like that opens up the ultimate evil. And this is when
Mhm,
we see the like the flying creatures, like the flying heads, which almost reminded me of the little flying heads out of Freddy's Dead when they go
mhm,
into Freddy's mind at the end of the film. There's these little things floating around, which leads to the amazing stop motion Army of Darkness skeleton fight scene, which looks great. And then it gets played for laughs as they start kicking each other in the nuts, the two skeletons, which I think was funny. Um, but yeah, that end creature is amazing, and this is when we see the use of the 4-pronged sword because the creature, the giant demon he's fighting, has 4 little hearts, isn't it? 4 little hearts in its body when he rips it open. But he actually pulls off one of the blades of the knife of the sword to put into the 3 hearts. And he's like, "I'm going to do this my way." And stabs 3 of its hearts to kill it. But yeah, man, what a film! What a film!
agreed.
Agreed. Yeah. And if there's one thing this is screaming out for, it's a physical release, which I know is coming. I read that it's obviously Scream Factory have picked it up.
Oh, they
So
have?
yeah, yeah. So
We're
I
just
hope
gonna
they do
wait.
a, I hope they do a nice,
4K. 4K.
yeah, 4K would be
Not a Blu-ray.
beautiful. Yeah. Well, to be fair, Frankie Freaky didn't get a 4K, did it? And that was
No, it's
Shout
very
Factory as
sad.
well. So
Well, we got
yeah,
it a lot quicker with the Frankie release.
yeah. So
Bigger
eagerly
quantity.
waiting a 4K physical media release of this one, please. But
Mhm.
like I said, it is you can pay for it now on Amazon Prime via Shout. So yeah, it's 100% worth watching.
Yeah, it's high quality
Um,
stuff.
yeah,
And if you
definitely.
can find it, get it. If you can watch it, do it now.
Yeah,
Paul, what are you gonna rate this thing out of 5?
Oh, it's easy 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah,
Easy
same
5 out of
here.
5. It's just
I don't
not
like
only
the
is it,
genre, but I love this movie.
yeah, yeah. I know. I love the genre. I love the sword and sorcery genre. Like I said,
If
Deathstalker
it's
2
too
especially.
magic reliant, if there's too
No,
much walking, you know what I
no.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Too much
This one's
reliance on hobbits.
no. This one's
If it doesn't star Warwick Davis, yeah, not a big fan. You know what I mean? Uh,
really okay.
yeah,
Controversial.
I'm. I mean,
No,
I'm very picky, very very
easy
picky, and
5 out of 5 for me. I just love the
yeah,
practical effects. Absolutely makes the film, and it's a good cast as well. Good solid cast. I've got no complaints at all with the cast. But yeah, the effects more than anything make it, and the fact they've got the Deathstalker tune, the Deathstalker 2 tune. It's just like and it's just remixed so many times throughout the film. Even Doodad's little flute
it
song that turns
takes
the
both movies, like the original Deathstalker 1 and 2,
yeah
and pushes them
molds them
together,
together. Yeah, we
and
even
then
get
makes
some.
this.
We even get some flashback scenes from
Yeah,
Deathstalker, the original Deathstalker. I don't know when
we
he's talking
do.
about the past. Yeah, he even gets some
Which
nice
kind
little
of then
flashbacks.
makes you think that it's like a requel. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you're like, that's it. This is where we need to be.
hmm
Like, this is great stuff. Uh yeah,
Cool.
absolutely great stuff.
How would you rate
Paul,
it?
5 out of 5, dude. This is
Yeah.
tremendous.
hmm
Absolutely perfect. I can't wait for the Blu-ray release from Shout.
Yeah, 4K, please. 4K, please.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
so
please, can we get a UK release? Because we're still waiting for Frankie Freako to hit UK. But
yeah.
I've got the Canadian release, which plays on my Blu-ray player, which is fine. But an actual UK one would be great.
All that import stuff, huh?
Yeah. Oh, actually, saying that, I just found out today Frankie Freako is getting a German release in 2 days' time, 28th.
Excellent.
So I might end up picking that up just to go. It's a media book as well, and you know what I
Double
think
dip.
about media books. So yeah, I'll be double dipping because you know, so I'll triple dip actually. So I've got the VHS of Frankie Freako
Where did you get that at?
from the Canadian Raven Banner.
Really?
Yeah, there's a VHS. It was like a limited edition
That's
film. Still
cool.
seal. I'll never unseal it, but I'm just gonna look at it. It
Yeah,
looks cool, man.
that's rad.
So I hope, yeah, man. I'll take the VHS of Deathstalker as well too.
Yes, for sure.
Do it, do
Any
it.
and Steven Kostansky, keep making movies, buddy. This is good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I really hope this is a success for him, and we get more like this. Please, please, more like
Agreed.
this.
So if you guys like this episode of Celluloid Psychosis and want to listen to other ones just like this one, head on over to www.projectlouder.net or anywhere else you consume audio-only content. This includes, but not limited to, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, all that stuff. I am your host, TJ Bowser. That is Paul Ashford.